all right. And one of the things that happens is that, we got to understand the order of priorities here. And I say this for the press that's here. As the director said, we are part of a team. You have a great Georgia team here. Your local officials, your first responders, your state FEMA. They're all doing one heck of a job. Your governor and lieutenant governor, I apologize, I should have begun by recognizing lieutenant governor here, who's carrying the ball right now, do in fact have declared 17 counties. You've asked for 17 counties to get help. I want to explain how this process is working here. You had the director immediately order that we get in helicopter, not we, me, but FEMA and your guys get in helicopters, fly over those areas, and from the air concluded by counting homes whether or not you qualified. 5 counties right away qualified. Now, I'm announcing today that just since we have been here this morning to show you what the director is doing, 3 more counties of the 17 have qualified. I'm going to make sure Carroll County, Stevens County, and Chattooga County. They've since qualified. This is going on. I'm in there. Look, we don't want anything like the past happen again. FEMA director's in and he turns to, where's your state director? I apologize, don't know your name.
Charlie English.
Charlie. Charlie, I'm told, a number of you asked me inside, well, what do? I'm going to call the number. I don't know about guess what? Director says he's instructed, going to make sure the first people, we're going to have people come to see you. Go see your homes while you're here to get you relocated as quickly as we can. This is a man who every first responder in the country wanted to have this job, and now I know why they wanted him to the job. This is hands-on stuff, but it's going to take time. I got to tell you, that's going to be down the road, we're going to be in a position where some people are still going to be trying to figure out how they're able to rebuild that house. We're going to get other federal agencies in now. We're going to get HUD in and others who are going to be able to take care of, hopefully, your real needs. But the first part here is just literally an emergency. Making sure the physical safety of the folks who are most affected are taken care of, and then going out and making a longer-term assessment of not only the personal losses, and that's going and looking at your residences to determine what that is, but also government damage to government property, highways, sewer systems, water systems, etc. So this is not going to happen overnight. This is not going to happen tomorrow, but it will happen. And with the good work of the governor and with the leadership of Secretary Napolitano, and I mean it, this was a governor. This is a hands-on person. This is not going to be any bureaucratic stalling and shuffling and moving around, but it's still going to take a little bit of time. And so again, I want to repeat that the number for individuals looking for assistance now that you're qualified in these counties is 1-800-621-FEMA, or you can go online to FEMA.gov, and you got to register. You got to register so we can then begin the process of going out and making the assessment. The fact of the matter is that we're going to continue to monitor this. This is not here today. I'm not Vice President shows up and says, great photo opportunity, gets to meet some wonderful people in real trouble, and then we're going home. We're determined overall, as are your congressman and senator, are, to continually improve our ability to deliver for y'all. And this is hopefully this has been a learning experience for what we went through the last 4 to 5 years when I was in Congress. And here's the deal. We've surveyed only a small part of the damage today. We're in a helicopter for the better part of a half an hour. And we could see as Johnny and Saxby were telling me, and you could observe it. They were in the helicopter ahead of us or behind us, I don't know which, but you could see the watermarks on trees 16, 17 feet up. You fly over, you didn't look close, you say, well, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Then you go out to Six Flags, which is the least consequential thing in terms of people's lives right now, consequential to Six Flags. But even now, all the rides are shut down, half of them are underwater. And so it's obvious how devastating this was. Anybody who's been caught in a flash flood, many of you folks were in places that, in fact, you never anticipated. There's no water to rise to take you out. You're nowhere near it. You're up on a hill. Some of you got caught in flash floods that just absolutely washed you away. And they come up like nothing. They're the most frightening thing. I've only seen one. in Dubuque, Iowa. I watched cars literally passing me on a hill, no one in them, being washed down the hill by a flash flood. So for all of those you experienced this, my heart goes out to you. Our heart goes out to you. President Obama, as I said, although he is at this international meeting in Pittsburgh now, he's the guy that called me and said, Joe, go down. It wasn't just these guys calling and asking me. I'd have gone anyway. But I get a phone call from the President of the United States of America and says, Joe, I want you to go down. So he's aware of what's going on. I don't want to exaggerate this, but this is a real deal. We understand. We understand it. But it's also right. It's important we get this right, because there are going to be other, God willing, not here, but there's going to be other disasters that we're going to face in this country, and we just got to get it right. What impresses me most is how strong the communities down here seem to be, how you've all kind of banded together inside there, and everybody acting as one, telling me stories about what your neighbor did and not just what you did. There's a gentleman right there that went back in after his neighborhood was wiped out, realized in the trailer parks a lot of people had put their dogs and cats in there thinking they can come back. He happened to have a boat, so he goes back in and takes them out. So, this is, as Saxby said, out of everything bad, something. My mom has an expression similar to Saxby. Said, out of everything bad, something good will come, Joey, if you look hard enough for it. We don't have to look very far to realize what's going on here. So, ladies and gentlemen, communities like yours may have lost a lot of the physical structure, but it seems to me you've kept the grit and determination. Our job now is to do all we can to be of help to you and delivering you the kind of assistance I was going to take the time, but I don't think it's appropriate to go into the nature of the assistance and how people qualify. Now that the director has instructed his folks right here to make sure start with all of you right now and being able to get you registered, being able to get you looked at. We're going to get this done. I will not take the time, except again, Governor, to thank you in the state of Georgia. There's local officials here, county officials, city officials. You're doing a great job, and this is further proof of the fact that you all do stick together down here, and I promise you we're not going away. So thank you all very, very much, and again, Red Cross, thank you.